Have you ever been in a situation where you know the exact words and the grammar structure, but you cannot reply to just simple questions in that language? If your answer is yes, you're not alone. Well, I have learned English for many years, till the point I could just speak in that. But with Thai and Chinese, it take me much shorter time from the studying stage to the point where I could speak in that language and express myself quite comfortably. When I read through your comments and also from my friends sharing, they have said that what is the secret behind speaking fluently with confidence. So in this video, I would love to share with you some of the possible reasons why it takes you so much time and energy just to learn and speak a language. And then I will share with you some tips to speak English more fluently. By the way, for those who just watch this video for the first time, I'm Màu Màu. I'm currently working in Thailand. In my free time, I'm studying languages. So in this channel, I will share with you some useful tips to progress in your language learning journey, how to live happier and healthier, and making time for your passion. Now, let's deep dive in today's topic. From my accents and my appearance or my pronunciation, you would recognize that I'm not a native. I think that's like two key moments for me to reframe the way I learn languages. The first one is that's when I were in my 12th grade, and in Vietnam, I'm not sure about other country education system, that you have to take the entry exam to university, right? And the three subjects that I have to be focused and learn a lot and just to pass the exam, which is physics, mathematics, and English. I think my English is okay at the time, but just something just struck me. I mean, why I learned the language for so long, but it's very difficult for me when someone asks me just even very simple questions and I cannot answer them. So that's why I just take my courage to go into the ancient time. I live in Hoi An, which is a very popular place for foreigners, especially who love history and ancient kind of vibe. So I'm just go there. I went to the town and talking to the stranger. And there's just so many stories I still can recall right now where people feel like I'm just a stranger or they think that I want to borrow some money or kind of things. But some people are very nice. They take time to speak with me in English, and even some people are super enthusiastic to explain the word's meaning of particular scenario, and just until build up from there. I will say that I understand that my methods of learning is not correct. I just have so much input in what I learned, and then the output is just so little. The ratio for input and output, the desired ratio would be 30% input and then 70% output. But normally, with the education system, also in Vietnam at that time, I would say most of the time I will learn lots of vocabularies, have to read through a lot of articles and textbook. But the time for me to actually invest in speaking and writing is just so little. And how much you learn or how much you input, you wouldn't remember or it wouldn't recall that much until you speak or you write and make it a part of what is your life or make it a part of your daily using. So just that point, I shift to the mentality of I have to learn to speak. I have to speak more frequently with the people who want to speak English with me. And that is the first point. And the second point where I would say that I have a breakthrough in my speaking skills is when I was in Ireland. At the time I got the opportunity to travel to Ireland 1 month, but that 1 month is just totally different. I would say I learned and I able to speak. It's just something is not so correct, right? I keep learning, I keep speaking, I keep have that output, input, but I feel that it's not 100% correct. When I go to Ireland, the main language for people to communicate in daily basis, I would say that they just speak English but using the words, so many words that I haven't used before. At that point I reached to the point where I could speak English, but from able to speak fluently and express myself more comfortably, I would say that is the point where I say that I need to learn with more objective, with like the objective in mind or why I want to learn, and expand my vocabularies and have that input and then output which is relevant to what I want to explain or what I want to apply in my future work, to see how and what is the actual using of the words in reality. Now the million second question that we want to deep dive into, which is how you can increase the chance or the opportunity to speak. Nowadays, there's so many ways for you to learn and increase your speaking capability. The first method that I would say will be free, simple, and you can do whenever you can, which is speak to yourself. I speak to myself a lot about my daily routine. Whenever I have something I want to argue with or it's stuck in my mind, I just speak it out loud. And if you can take one step further, which is recording yourself, so you can analyze what you are saying later and then gradually improve and use the right words in the right situations. And then the second way is like using the app. I put some app link down below. You can find people to speak with, like Tandem, which I have mentioned many times, or you can use other one like Puzzle, where you can also talk to their native speaker and get that feedbacks from them, which will definitely help you a lot to improve your speaking pronunciation, accents, finding the right word at the right situations. Of course, if you have money, then you can invest even further for English, then speaking with the tutors. Go to school. If you go to school, the time frame is not so flexible, but at the same time, you have that space for you where you have that mindfulness to study and just not have other things to bother you. And then the first way to learn, I would say, just think out of the box method. Like as I say, just go out, speak with stranger, because with stranger, you don't know where they come from. So the curiosity just increase. And at the same time, you probably may meet people who are pretty much interested in giving you suggestion, advice. They will come from different backgrounds and you will learn something new from their stories. And I would say that, have that diverse in the people you're speaking with, different accent, different way of expressing will really help you to increase your speaking capability a lot. So that's why I have my own blog. I interview people in Vietnam or people in other countries, so they definitely have to speak English, and my blog is in English as well. That's why it helps me in many ways, like learning new story in the field of digital marketing, and then also listen to what they are sharing, understand the narrative, and then from there write down. So it's actually very useful way. From just writing from the first to the fifth one, my writing skills and my speaking and listening skills just improve significantly. Another way, just this is the thing, if you are a student, I do encourage you to apply for opportunity abroad. I actually starting apply to opportunity abroad, like exchange opportunity or cultural exchange, political, economic related various topic. So I get a chance to meet many people from many countries, and at the same time, when you are abroad, you have to speak the language, right? Of course, you can travel, but travel in many cases, you will use very repetitive words. But because I apply to many conferences abroad, so I have to use it in the context and I have to deep dive in the topic, research about this and sharing my idea to people just throughout my experience. Learning a language is not that difficult. Actually, you can pick up a few sentences or a few words in other language very easily. But to reach to the point you can speak the language where you can express yourself in that language, it is not easy, right? Like speaking is just so challenging, and in this world where we have so many technologies and AI solution, it seems like it's helper to being better. But in some case, if you're not choose the right method for you, if you not find the right tools for you to learn, it actually take even extra time to be better in that language. And I would say me is or like many people out there who like going from non-native speaker to absolutely very bad at the language, and even at like when you adopt and then later or translate it into the efforts and motivation just to be very good at speaking and able to speak fluently. I would say that nothing is impossible, and just keep that consistency, keep that commitment, and having the courage to be better every day, you will go very far in not only language learning but in many things in your life. That's it. Thank you for watching. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I also make another video to share about tips of how I speak English with more clarity. You can check the link here. Always remember to take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.